Hey guys, today we're going to talk about emergency relief kits, survival essential kits, or care packages. The thought behind this is that after the collapse or some major emergency, people will show up to your door for help. Either it's friends or family who show up because they know you're a prepper and you've been trying to warn them for years but they ignored you, or it could just be a neighbor or a passing family who is struggling and you want to help them. Based on the comments I saw in one of my last videos where I discussed whether or not you should help friends and family after the collapse, I think most people won't be making one of these because about 90% of you said you don't plan on helping anyone. It's your choice if you want to help people. You may decide not to help out anyone at all, but if you do decide to help people, I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. So if someone shows up at your door and needs help, you don't want to be like, hey, give me a minute while I go put some supplies together. Then you're going all through your supplies and gathering and picking out different items. And meanwhile, they're standing at your door, drawing attention. Or if it's a bad person, they could be trying to find a way to get in your house and take your stuff from you. We've all seen those videos where someone innocent looking knocks on a door, asking for a glass of water or directions. Then suddenly you see a bunch of masked guys trying to force their way in. The risk of that will be much higher when people are hungry, thirsty, and desperate. If your plan is to help people out, you might want to put together little care packages and keep them near your door so you can quickly grab them and hand them to the person, shut the door, and they can be on their way. You're going to take a Ziploc bag or any other plastic bag and fill it with a few different items. You can add to this package or take away as much as you wish, but here's the stuff that I recommend. First up is bottled water. You could put anywhere between 1 to 3 bottles. Then you can put some food. This should be food that's ready to eat, like an emergency food ration or something like Cliff Bars. You can also put something like rice or flour, which will end up costing you a lot less. But the issue is that if it's a total societal collapse and there's no power and they were totally unprepared, then they'll have no way to cook it. You could tell them, be grateful I'm giving you food, and you can figure out what you're going to do with the rice or flour yourself. Or you can just give them food that's ready to eat. When we're talking about flour though, during the Civil War, at one point some soldiers were sometimes given just flour. So they would get some water, add it to some flour, and form some type of cake, which they then would cook by putting it on a hot rock over fire. It wasn't tasty, but it was still food. There are still things you can do with just flour and water. You can add a packet of instant coffee or something like a powdered drink mix. A box of matches so they can start fires to cook food and keep warm. Next, you can put a flashlight. This doesn't have to be a high-end flashlight. Just buy one of those small 99-cent flashlights you can find at hardware stores and places like Walmart. Also, don't forget to include some batteries. A bar of soap. A toothbrush and toothpaste. A pack of wipes for cleaning themselves or a baby. An emergency blanket. A few bandages. You can even add something like playing cards or a book so they have something to do. This is what the pack will look like when it's all ready. You can customize this bag as much as you want by adding or removing things as you see fit. This bag could be super simple or really elaborate. It's up to you. Do you plan on giving supplies to strangers who show up to your door for help and risking them trying to force their way in? And do you have a backup plan for if that happens? Or do you plan on only helping family and friends? Let me know in the comments. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.